Alright, bitch niggas like that. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Time, bitch. We finna get into my nigga Michael movie. Apparently, his family is having disagreements about the movie and the outcome of it. Personally, I felt like it was gonna be ass from the start. I said that I've been saying this before the movie even came because they had no real audition for Michael. They had no real nothing. They was kind of playing in their ass for the longest, and then they wrote the script up so quick and they got the movie together so quick. But one thing about it that's gonna make it ass to me is the fact that Michael's not here to tell his side of the story, and that's the most important key part, which I really wish he would have did more of while he was breathing. But we gonna get into this shit.
Janet Jackson and Jermaine Jackson, and it's being reported first by Page Six and now also by TMZ that there is beef happening. So what happened is there was a private screening allegedly that went down in LA, and the screening was just for Michael Jackson's family because Michael, the biopic, is coming out on April 24th. So after the movie screening ends, according to reports, everybody's like super excited during the film. There's clapping, there's laughter, lights come up, and then the conversations start about things that could have been better. And they're alleging that this is all coming from Janet Jackson. They say that she was allegedly very vocal and very honest about things she didn't like, which caused the back and forth. They said she talked about the makeup, the acting, even things small down to how people were walking in this movie. And at the theater, when the back and forth was happening, Jermaine Jackson told Janet, "You're going to miss this wave." He allegedly called her so jealous, and they said that there was a blunt exchange that stunned a lot of people in the room. And there's a lot of people that support each other on both sides. Like, some people are supporting Janet in this, some people are supporting.
I want to say this right quick, right? When it comes to Michael family and shit, one, Janet don't have no beneficiary like point or view to this motherfucking movie. Jermaine do. That's one. Two, Michael and Jermaine wasn't always like this, you feel me, when he passed or prior to him passing. And another thing is, three, when it comes to Michael family, Michael, if you know Michael and you're really a fan of Michael, you'll know Michael wouldn't want his fucking nephew to play him unless he really went through that. The main reason you would know that is because Michael had a nephew that could have played him years ago, you feel me, in the Jackson's All-American movie, right? The thing about it is he ended up playing his daddy, Jermaine, which is one of Jermaine's other sons who got in the movie. See what I'm saying? He could have played Michael. Why he didn't play Michael? Because Michael chose who he wanted to play him. Michael picked Jason Weaver. Michael picked Wiley Draper. He picked these individuals to play him, down to the little light-skinned nigga that played him. Another thing is also that I want to get into, bro, when it comes to Jermaine, I fuck with Jermaine. I love Jermaine. I'm a huge fan of Jermaine. But at the same time, Jermaine be on some bullshit, bro. And he is one of the most vampiric out of all the siblings, because I even keep saying this, he threw his son in the mix for, you already know, to get his son out there and boost his career up. But the thing is, he ain't built for like this role. This role take like years of studying and time. This ain't something he could just pop up in and do just because it's his nephew. But everybody feel like otherwise. That's why everybody all excited about the movie personally. But I'm like, nah, I know for a fact Michael would not want that, because he didn't like the fact that his family was doing so much and having so much control and say so over bullshit when it came to his life and his career and shit like that. That's why he cut them out of doing shows with him. That's why he cut them out of doing music with them a lot of times. That's why he started cutting back on fucking with them, because he felt like they was just using him and draining him dry.
Supporting Jermaine in this.
Who the hell know all of this? Who leaked all this information?
This is all source information, and I will tell y'all, like, I reached out on both sides. Well, I reached out on three sides. I reached out to the estate, I reached out to Janet Jackson's side, I reached out to Jermaine Jackson's side. Now, they normally don't say anything anyway, but
you and Jermaine go to the same hairstylist, right?
Shut up. Wow. Shut up. Not my source is the stylist. Shut up. What? No, we don't. You get on my nerves.
I can see it now. I can see it. I can't unsee it now.
Oh my God. No, but I reached out, and there's been times where if stories were like super crazy, I've at least been told, like, if you're going to report this, here's what you should know, or know that it's completely not true, because there are a lot of things that come out about the Jackson family that are just like all over the place. No one's saying anything to me, but these people have all these sources. Now, the source close that talked to TMZ tells them that the siblings got into it on a phone call after the whole family gathering in LA, that whole screening that went down, and they say Janet was still very critical. And the fact that Jermaine Jackson's son Jafar is starring as Michael Jackson in the film, Jermaine Jackson stood his ground. They say it was because Janet Jackson is like one of, she's like one of the big, I mean, they're all big names in the family, but Janet Jackson is, she's the second biggest in the family. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Man, I gotta say this. Fuck who the first biggest. She the biggest fan of her brother. That's her big brother. And she really admired Michael. And if y'all know, when it comes to Janet's career, she really built her career on surpassing him and being her own. You feel me? But she really admired him and looked up to him. He gave her a lot of inspiration in life. So if she's speaking on this, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. If she's saying this, I could believe it's gonna be bullshit. I don't care what nobody else say. If Janet not fucking with it, I can't possibly fuck with it. Because Janet is one of the closest siblings he has. Janet is one of the motherfuckers that like really like was in awe of the nigga and never probably asked him for $1. And she was still kicking it with him up in Neverland Ranch when he was with Macaulay Culkin and all that, bro. Wasn't none of them kicking it with him when he got there. He didn't invite nobody else. It was really just him and Janet at a point. Like really when they had the time to fuck with each other. I know the more famous they got, the more they separated. But if she, who was literally there and within real time when they created Michael, as far as like the Jackson 5 era of Michael to the Off the Wall era of Michael to the Thriller era of Michael, up until you get to Bad, and she say that's when they kind of drifted apart. But she got this story where she speak on Michael and say how like Michael had her in the car playing Thriller for the first time, and it blew her mind. But this is my thing. Janet really deeply admired her brother. So if she's not fucking with this movie and she feel like it's half-assed, I know all real fans are gonna feel like it's half-assed. I put money on that.
She reacted, from what this report is that she reacted negatively because once this film hits, she has to answer to that as well too.
And that's the problem, right? It's a movie at the end of the day. So they're still trying to make something that's going to be entertaining, that's going to appeal to a large majority of people. But if you're that person's family, like if you're Janet and you're his sister, if you're his child, you know him better than anybody. So you watching this like that's not my daddy. My daddy wouldn't have done that.
You figured she would be very, very a part of this because that's her brother.
Close to her brother, and she was close to her brother. And she is the second biggest star in the family.
But also, this is the Michael movie, so nobody's gonna have a bigger role in this than Michael Jackson. It's about Michael.
What I'm saying is, why can't she have an opinion about it? I saw a trailer yesterday, and the movie looks great.
It looks fire. Those trailers are great.
The makeup in some of them, it looks like
the makeup look a little crazy in some of them.
Like, he looked crazy in some of them.
Bro, I said this when I reacted to this shit. They made his nose look crazy. Then they made the boy, like, I don't know what they didn't have to do all of that. I put that money on that because they didn't even do that with the All American Dream. You could have shrunk his shit or some shit, but they made this shit look like he had a motherfucking fist for a nose. Like they had him looking like just hilarious and shit. My thing, I didn't really like how they did the makeup, and I didn't like how they tried to carry him, because people be making it seem like Michael was this. A lot of people try to make him seem weak. A lot of people try to make him seem weird. If you're gonna bring this movie to life and really show Michael, it gotta really, like, you gotta base it on the things that his family is really giving you, as far as his personality, his language, his movement. Like, yeah, he spoke softly, but shit, he didn't speak soft all the time. We know that now for a fact. And then that's another thing too. When did he get into that point? Or just speaking on just shit that the fans really don't know and really might want to know. Like, shit, be real about this nigga, because Michael was such a secret, my nigga. You gotta realize, bro, a lot of people want to know shit about this man because of the fact that he was so hidden and kept himself so much. A lot of stuff came out after he passed, which people didn't know he was doing martial arts and all type of shit like that. But we finna see what the fuck they still do.
Shots. So I
love Michael Jackson.
I love Michael Jackson too.
But there was a time when he looked crazy in real life.
Yeah, but Jafar, they overdid it on Jafar.
Did they really? I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen the trailer, but I'm just. I don't care. I'm going to see it in April.
I'm gonna go see it too.
I can't wait. I'm taking the kids.
I'm going as well.
Okay.
It looks great cinematically.
And whatever is happening behind the scenes, I hope that they figured out. They got a lot of other battles going on right now with that estate, and just staying together as a family when you are the Jackson family, probably every single day is a battle.
Can I say something as a consumer? This is a consumer. What? God bless the family and everything that they feeling and everything that they're going to. But as a consumer, in the words of a legend, who cares?
Fuck that bitch ass nigga. The fans care. The people gonna care. The people who really love Michael and support Michael are gonna give a fuck. Shouts out to Janet, because I'm glad she's speaking out and she's saying whatever she said, because I feel like motherfuckers is really on some money grab shit. I've been felt like this. I felt like that when Jafar got the role because of the simple fact that I felt like Jermaine 9 10 out of 10 pushed that and made that happen. But I know for a fact that Michael wouldn't allow that. Like you could if you know enough about Michael and his family, you know he would not have allowed that. Real talk. He would have picked somebody to play him. He would have preferred to fucking have somebody else play him. Like at least somebody that's gonna actually match his swagger, his charisma, and all of that. I don't feel like bro pulled that off. When I'm seeing the trailers, I just see a nigga trying to be Michael, which is cool. But I get as much to bro who played Tupac. The script was trash for that movie, but the nigga that played him, he had that walk, he had that bounce, he had his movements, he had his looks. You feel me? As far as like how he carried his face in life, like type shit. Even how he held his mouth and shit. If you really paying attention, the nigga who played Eazy-E did a very good job based on capturing his swagger. But as far as like, you feel me, the Michael movie, I just kind of feel like it was just bland. I felt like it was bland, but I'm gonna still go see it. But I do care because I give a fuck, and that's the main thing. I'm gonna come and complain about it. If that shit is ass, if they put some bullshit in there, anything, any fucking thing. But I'm out. Y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think, man. I personally think I'm agreeing with Janet. I ain't even seen the whole movie. We ain't seen the whole movie. But I agree with Janet just based off the fucking previews. Them little clips I seen, they, like she said, look good cinematically. But as far as the costume, the makeup, and even some of the delivery, it's just short as fuck. Then it's so short. Why didn't they put more of the movie in like the clips? Because like the scenes is cutting left to right, left to right, left to right. If you really look. And it's like they don't really have no movie for real. That's how I feel. Like they just jumping through different parts of his life, and they gonna just jump back and forth from here to there, from his childhood to his adult to his teen years. And they gonna probably build you up to bad, and then leave it at that. But I don't know.
OG to the boy, watch your back. Hey, these niggas bound to attack. Gotta know your purpose, understand what work is. These snakes is lurking, observe